Italy's economy faces a number of issues that threaten its stability and slow its growth direction. From increasing public debt to declining productivity, the country faces a complicated set of challenges that require immediate attention and strategic answers. High debt levels, a major hurdle for Italy's economy. Italy's economy faces a serious challenge: huge levels of public debt. Italy has a debt-to-GDP ratio of roughly 130%, making it one of the most indebted countries in the world. This massive debt burden places enormous strain on the nation's financial resources. A significant portion of government revenue is directed toward paying off debt, leaving little money for critical expenditures in infrastructure, education, and healthcare. The consequences of Italy's massive debt load are far-reaching. They limit the government's capacity to fund critical public services and infrastructure initiatives, limiting the country's economic growth. In addition, high debt levels can create a vicious cycle in which further borrowing to cover existing debt only worsens the situation, potentially leading to a debt crisis. Addressing Italy's massive debt demands an extensive strategy. Fiscal discipline is essential, requiring careful monitoring of government expenditure and a focus on eliminating deficits in the budget. Structural improvements to boost economic development and productivity are also critical. These changes may include initiatives to simplify rules, improve the business environment, and encourage innovation and competitiveness. Further, Italy should look into repaying its debts or refinancing to help reduce the immediate strain of debt servicing. This could entail renegotiating conditions with creditors or issuing new bonds at better interest rates. Furthermore, initiatives to stimulate economic growth and increase tax collections may help lessen the burden of high debt levels in the long run. Stagnant productivity, a key challenge for Italy's economy. The Italian economy faces a serious challenge in the form of stalling productivity growth. Despite efforts to improve efficiency and output, Italy has struggled to raise productivity levels in recent years. This stagnation has limited the country's ability to compete worldwide and achieve long-term economic progress. Several factors contribute to Italy's low productivity development. A secure labor market, marked by stringent rules and worker security measures, makes it difficult for businesses to adjust to changing market conditions and apply efficiency-boosting initiatives. Furthermore, a lack of innovation and investment in R&D has stunted productivity growth, as businesses refuse to adopt new technologies and procedures that could boost their market share. Furthermore, Italy's regulatory environment is frequently perceived as onerous, placing extra expenditures and administrative constraints on enterprises. Difficult governments and red tape make it difficult for businesses to operate efficiently, limiting their potential to innovate and develop. Addressing Italy's stagnating productivity will necessitate a comprehensive strategy. Labor market reforms that find a balance between worker protections and corporate flexibility may help boost productivity development. Encouraging innovation through research and development incentives, as well as improving the regulatory environment to reduce administrative burdens on firms, are both critical initiatives. By solving these difficulties, Italy may realize its full economic potential and pave the way for long-term growth and prosperity. Banking sector problems, a looming challenge for Italy's economy. Italy's banking industry is a major concern, increasing the country's economic troubles. Many Italian banks are dealing with high levels of non-performing loans (NPLs), which have significantly damaged their balance sheets. This condition not only affects the stability of the financial industry, but also limits banks' ability to lend, restricting investment and preventing economic growth. Several variables contribute to Italy's banking sector's high percentage of non-performing loans. Economic downturns and sluggish growth have exacerbated borrowers' incapacity to repay loans, increasing NPLs. Additionally, inefficient risk management methods and insufficient regulatory scrutiny cause the accumulation of NPLs in Italian banks. The shortage of credit availability caused by the banking sector's issues has only increased Italy's economic challenges. Without access to enough credit, firms struggle to invest in expansion and innovation, stifling economic growth and employment. Addressing the difficulties in Italy's banking system will necessitate collaborative actions, such as adopting changes to improve risk management procedures, increasing regulatory oversight, and facilitating NPL settlement. By restoring banking sector stability and confidence, Italy can establish the framework for long-term economic recovery and prosperity. Political instability, a barrier to economic reform in Italy. Italy's political scene has long been marked by instability, creating an enormous barrier to the country's economic reform attempts. The country has seen many changes of government, usually as a consequence of coalition collapses or no-confidence votes. This political uncertainty has hampered the implementation of much-needed economic changes, as successive governments have been unable to reach an agreement on major topics. The fractured nature of Italy's political landscape adds to the complexity, with various political groups fighting for power and frequently holding opposing views on economic policy. This division makes it difficult to build stable governments capable of carrying out serious reforms. As a result, Italy has frequently faced criticism for its slow pace of reform and failure to address underlying structural weaknesses in the economy. Political instability has had an enormous effect on the Italian economy. The absence of logical and consistent economic policy has contributed to an environment of uncertainty, limiting foreign investment and impeding economic progress. Furthermore, Italy's failure to enact reforms has left it exposed to external economic shocks and aggravated its economic problems. Demographic challenges: a looming crisis for Italy. Italy is facing an approaching demographic problem caused by an aging population and a low birth rate. The country's birth rate has been continuously dropping for decades, resulting in a situation in which the number of older individuals outnumbers the number of young people entering the labor market. This demographic transition has far-reaching consequences for Italy's social security and pension systems, as there are fewer working-age people to support the increasing number of seniors. The impact on Italy's social assistance and pension systems is visible, raising doubts about their long-term viability. The growing dependence ratio, which requires a smaller working-age population to support a larger senior population, places enormous strain on these systems. Without significant reforms, these systems risk becoming economically unsustainable, resulting in decreased retirement benefits and an increased financial burden on the working-age population. Solutions and the way forward. Meeting these difficulties requires a multifaceted approach. Italy will need to focus on debt reduction through fiscal discipline and structural changes. This could include initiatives that boost productivity, such as investing in education and training, encouraging innovation, and simplifying laws. Reforming the banking industry will also be critical, particularly steps to minimize non-performing loans and bolster banks' balance sheets. Political stability will be critical to executing these reforms, and Italy must seek to create a more stable and coherent political climate. Addressing Italy's demographic difficulties will also be critical, particularly policies to encourage greater birth rates and assist the aging population. By solving these critical concerns, Italy can build a more stable and prosperous economy that benefits all of its residents. Finally, Italy has several serious economic issues, including high debt levels and slow productivity growth. However, with the appropriate reforms and policies, Italy can overcome these challenges and create a more stable and wealthy economy in the future. Italy can lay the groundwork for a better economic future by dealing with its debt, increasing productivity, changing its banking sector, and tackling its demographic challenges. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.